Hi, it's Aneta here from Aneta Yoga Studio and Wellness. How are you today? Hope you're well. Today is 15th of March 2018, and I'm just showing up to chat to you about embracing resistance. Another one of the live yoga wellness coaching little sessions. And if you're watching, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you are today. If you've got any questions around resistance, let me know as well. If you don't know me, my name is Aneta and I run Aneta Yoga Studio in Kent, UK. I'm a yoga and mindfulness teacher. I'm a yoga wellness coach. I run a bespoke 90-day yoga wellness coaching program where I bring together the old traditions of yoga and the modern psychological approaches, and we do stuff like, it includes stuff like embodiment practices and somatic way of experiencing, mindful practices to really raise loads more raise and create that deeper understanding of how you are within yourself, and integrate. The program is very much about integrating all those different sides, the body, mind, emotion, soul, and bringing it all together to create a practice and a way of connection within that creates more of that ease and harmony, not only within your own being, but also within, when you have harmony and ease within your own being, it spreads into other areas of your life, your relationships with others, your business, your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your posture, all of that kind of stuff, bringing it all together and creating a way of being that is right just for you at this present moment in time. Many of us go through a lot of changes in our lives, and it's always really good to integrate and really reflect on what's happening. And so today I wanted to chat with you a little bit about embracing resistance. And I love how it works, because I've been dealing with a lot of resistance in the last few weeks myself, and I've been reflecting on it a lot. I've been journaling, I've been checking in a somatic way with that deep inner wisdom. And so I see that a lot with the clients that I work with, that there is a resistance. You might want to make changes. Maybe you want to develop your yoga practice. Maybe you want to do some journaling. Maybe you want to change certain habits, the way of being, your self-care, level of your self-care. Maybe you want to take steps within your business or within your work to show up in a different way. And yet the resistance can come up, and the resistance can be quite unexpected. It can just sneak up on you and just, in an unexpected way. And that kind of, I certainly been experiencing it over the last few weeks, that's thinking, but I really want to do it. Why can't I do it? I mean, what is going on? What's really happening? Why do I feel that I keep hitting the wall with my head as I'm moving forward, this invisible wall? And it's really interesting when we look at the ways of dealing with resistance, because we all experience it, and the kind of common sense thing is to give yourself a pep talk, try to push through it, no pain, no gain, all of those kind of things. That's one of the ways of just kind of trying to push by the sheer power of your mind. And some of us try to be a little bit more sneaky around it. There is another way that I've seen people try to deal with resistance, which is kind of promise yourself a reward at the end. I will do this, I will bear it, I will struggle through, and at the end I will give myself a reward because I've done so well. And it's a really hard work, really, really hard work. Another way that I've definitely tried to deal with resistance is through doing deep breathing, doing more practice, you know, trying to do something about it. And what I found, especially over the last few weeks, what I found is that there is another way of dealing with it, a much softer and gentler way, much kinder way. And certainly the way that allows it to unfold within its own rhythm. And it all starts with simply becoming aware of what's happening for you. So I took a bit of time and I allowed myself to just slow down, to really notice what's happening, to notice my breath with curiosity. I did a lot of stuff around sitting down and having my journal with me and checking in with the sensations within the body and the emotional level of the sensations, what's going on. And over the last couple of weeks, it really unfolded. It really kind of shifted. So it almost felt like there were layers of onion peeling off. So on the very basic level, there was this kind of wanting to do something and feeling really frustrated and feeling really stuck and really kind of getting more and more frustrated. And then once I acknowledged that, then there was another level of kind of other emotions coming up. And slowly but surely those emotions came up, and what all emotions need is really being acknowledged, because often we just suppress them and we deny them, we reject them. And when we acknowledge our emotions, they can bring the wisdom within that. And so shifts also within the body, because that's where we store our emotions. And so it really unfolded. And the interesting thing is, it was the worst yesterday afternoon. I really felt like I was hitting the invisible glass wall in front of me. I just felt completely stuck. And so I left what I was doing. I gave myself a break. I had a little rest. I had my journal, did a little bit more journaling, and then I left it. And I had an easy evening. And this morning, it was still there. And so I allowed it a little bit more time. And so it felt like the deepest layer of that onion just became open and unfolded, and it's taking it, you know, it unfolded in a very slow way, but I allowed it to shift, and I feel completely different now. And I understood the last bit was the bit that made me feel the most vulnerable, and it was really like a shy little animal that was so scared to come out. And once it was heard, it really shifted. And so my practice this morning was completely different. And I feel completely different about doing the video for the Wisdom of Daily Practice this morning, doing this video. And so one thing that is really, really important is to, when we feel the resistance, and what I realized is to come to the present moment, to really connect with the breath. The answers are not in the mind. The mind will not give you the answers that you need when you're experiencing that resistance. It's the sensations within the body and arriving into the present moment fully through your breath, through feeling the support underneath you, through feeling the sensations within your arms. I know that when I'm in resistance, or when I'm, overwhelmed or stressed, I feel a lot of tension in my arms, in my hands. So bringing it back here and just noticing what's happening, noticing the grounding and support underneath you with the ground, that sensations of contact. So arriving in the present moment in the body, right here, right now. And from that space, noticing what else is going on, noticing that wisdom that you have already within you. But we are so busy. And that's number one thing that I noticed, that, we're so busy. We're just rushing from one thing to another, doing this, doing that, focusing on the outcomes. I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that, within the business, within the fitness, within the, even within the relationships, that we never really give it time to slow down and notice what's really going on. And there is such a profound wisdom within us. And it doesn't have to take hours of you journaling all the time, every day, you know, you connecting really deeply, but it does take a little bit of time to build that relationship with those parts of you that maybe you've been suppressing, maybe you've been rejecting, maybe you've been denying that they are there, or maybe you've been forcing them to be in a certain way. And so building that relationship is so important. My cat here. And so if you are feeling resistance, if it feels like on one hand you want to do something, on the other hand, look at that. On the other hand, you can't do it, something is stopping you, then really spend a little bit of time arriving in the body, connecting within yourself, connecting with your breath, with curiosity, connecting with the sensations within the arms, the shoulders, the hands, connecting with the sensations in the legs and the feet, the support underneath you, and then from that space noticing what else is coming up. And it will come up. It will give you the wisdom that you need, as long as you bring that curiosity, that kindness and openness to really be with whatever is going on within you. And so I would love to hear what you think about what I just said, whether you tried that yourself, whether you tried something else that works quite well, whether it feels like you can relate to this feeling of feeling stuck and wanting something so much but not being able to deal with it. Let me know. As always, I love to hear, and I hope you found it useful, and I wish you a really wonderful day. Namaste.